Here we are back down on the foreshore once again. I'm glad you're enjoying the Thames Talk series, but now it's time for some mudlarking, so stay tuned in. Alright, first find of the day, and we've got a button. Now let's see what kind of button it is. It might just be a stock button. Well, it's got some age in the 18th, 19th century. If we're lucky, it'll have a name, otherwise it might say some sort of generic branding thing like gilt, all edges, something like that. We'll see. Happy with that? Nice piece of medieval pottery here. That's really lovely. And you can see how it's been manipulated. Here, this handiwork, that's very pretty. Grey core, it hasn't been fired at a consistent temperature all the way through. And you can see where it's been on the wheel there. Lovely piece of pottery. Right next to that, I noticed this lovely piece of coral. Often brought over here as ship's ballast. So there you go. Sometimes find huge chunks of it. That's a sweet little piece. Okay, what do I spy here? If this is complete, it will be a miracle. But let's have a look at how much of it there is. Okay. Oh, no. Hardly any. Yeah, I can see a gigantic pin twist. Maybe it's actually a fastener. Let's have a look. There it is. That's a biggie. Well, that looks to me like more of a fastener than a pin twist. There's a bit of debate that rumbles on about these, and it's whether they had one use and that was a pin twist, or was it a fastener, or did it in fact have two uses, so they are fasteners and pin twists. I say they had two uses. There we go. And as if by magic, right underneath it is a really chunky pin. Look at that bad boy. There you go. Pin with a wound on head, handmade pin, and a pin twist slash fastener. Look at that. It's a real biggie. Here's a weird thing. Okay, well there's a name on there. Try and work that out. Is that a wooden thing? No, it's a charcoal thing. Okay, let's go and wash this off and see what kind of thing it is. Well, I'm really none the wiser, so I need to get this home and have a look. I think that's lead. And is this some kind of old battery or something? I don't know. Really don't know. I'm sure many of you are shouting at the screen. Okay, silver something. Check that out in a bit. It's certainly a shame that it's broken, but I'm still going to take it. That's really pretty. And how uncommon. So yeah, I'm going to take that home and just do a bit of research about it, because I'm more and more interested in this organic stuff that I find. It's only a tiny bit of pipe, but what's interesting on the initials, which are J-O, is the J, which is very clearly a J shape like we use today, and often it would be an I, so that's interesting. Very neatly formed spur. J-O, and there's a foliate seam there. Okay, so I keep spotting fragments of sagar, stoneware sagar. I'm not going to take these little bits now because I've got so many big bits. That's an aside though, because what I have seen over here is a lovely chunk of slipware. Look at that beauty. Wow. So I think that is really lovely. So pleased to have found this one. So we know clearly this isn't Roman, but I've picked up this little tile, probably Victorian or Edwardian, because of the initials stamped on the back. So we can find out exactly what it is. MHLW, I think. I found a pipe poking out of the ground. Let's go and do an extraction. I just pulled this out thinking it's not really anything, and actually when it popped out it's a lovely, there's some really lovely design on it, so obviously take that home, have a look. That's ever so pretty. A real shame that it's broken. Luckily I was with my friend Monica and she came to the rescue. Not only did she recognise the bowl, but she also had one at home. Check this out. This is actually a man here, you can see him, playing bowls. There's his little ball in the middle and it's rolling over to a set of 9 pins. It's a man playing 9-pin bowls. It's a real cutie. A shame that it was broken, but so good to find out what it is. And there's Monica pointing out the pins and the ball that's whizzing over to the pins. Fab find, shame it's broken. So we're going from the tiny and beady to the big and chunky Jacobean brick. Over here, what have we got? It's another ribstock. So whatever this spot is here is well covered over with lots and lots of bricks and things. There we go, a bit of turned ceramic. How are we getting that out then? Oh. 18th century, stoneware, beautiful, really exquisite stuff. that is a jar lid. A bit gnarled and broken there, so I'll leave it behind. Kind of cute. Nice little air bubble. In addition to my tiny little finds today, which haven't been all that amazing, we have got Monica, who has found something great. So that's Mudlarking Thames. And what have you found?
It's a lovely chunk of Mortarium. So this
Amazing.
is a Roman pot that was used specifically for grinding spices and herbs, adding liquid to them. And if you look on the surface, you can see some grits. There's not many grits on this because this is the edge. The majority of the grits would have been on the base and up the side. So this would be the edge there.
So what kind of size do you like
So
the size?
I'd say
Kind
it
of
would have been
mega.
about that big.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's designed to use. You would sit
Here we go.
cross-legged like that.
Yeah.
And you would have your Mortarium in your bowl.
Yeah.
And it makes it really comfortable because it sits on in your lap like that, and you grind like that, and then when you're finished, it has a little spout at the end, and you just tip it forward into your receptacle there.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, Steve Trim, has got the most beautiful job.
I think I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
And when I looked at that the first time, I was like thinking, that it's wobbly. Why has it got a round base? And I was like, well, the only way that would work is if you sat cross-legged on the floor
And you
put
had
it in your
it
lap.
in
And when you see it and you hold it and you use it, and it's also got these two little markings on the front just before the spout.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, why would you have that?
Yeah.
And the markings are for your thumb to give you grip when you tip it.
Oh, when you're tipping it.
Because it's going to be greasy and oily from the olive oil in your mixture. So it gives you the tip so you can actually tip it. It was
That's
so I'm really
very
chuffed
cool.
with that.
That's very cool. Well done.
I've got the other bit. I've got a Samian base, but that's
Very
not
nice.
Samian,
So moving on, this is Tommy. He is Mudlarking Tommy D on Instagram, and I'll put his stuff up on the screen. So what have you got? I'll go down to your finds.
The most bizarre piece of pewter or lead.
That is very strange.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like you suggested, it could be a lightning strike or just a leak
Metal.
or
I think it's
blob
metal,
of
metal, isn't it? It's
but really cool.
I mean, I've seen a tiny little bit of lightning strike, but I
Maybe
mean
somebody poured the
tiny.
molten metal into
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, exactly, and it just
instantly-
dried
Yeah.
straight away.
That would
Okay.
look dead
There.
cool if you clean it up and make it stand.
Yeah, that would look really good.
And we have a shoe for Alessio.
Oh, lucky Alessia.
Just what he needs.
Alessio, you've got another shoe.
The master of shoes. So.
There we go. I'll do
Yeah.
a sexy swipe on this shoe. Woohoo! I don't know how much of the sound will come out, but there we go.
So that's his Christmas
Yeah,
present.
very nice. Maybe 18th century.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then piece de
then-
resistance. So here we go. Now, what is she? Is she a? Well, we don't think she's a Roman deity with that face.
No.
And we don't think she might be medieval. Well, but we don't think so.
No.
What we do think is that someone is playing tricks on us, and it is possibly a modern item. We thought it was pipe clay, but it might be actually something like air drying white clay. Monica thinks you've seen them before, and
there've been at least two others that have turned up recently.
right.
And I think they might possibly be White Witch items.
Oh yeah, okay. So
either that or somebody's just enjoying making little models and throwing them in for people to find.
yeah, I mean it's cool anyway. I love the fact she looked like she's covered in buboes.
Yeah, exactly.
So there we go.
I don't think she's medieval. I really
No,
don't.
I
Fanny
don't.
symptoms
I
of
mean,
leprosy.
Yes.
and also like these edges here are so crisp, aren't they? And they surely, if she had lots
She'd
of
have had more
age,
wear,
there
yeah.
would have been wear around these crispy, edgy bits. So, but there we go. I mean,
I think she's brilliant.
really
She
cool
is.
sign,
She too. I
nevertheless.
still love her. She's good.
This is Muddy Barney, and it's actually Giovanni Paulino. I'll put his information up on the screen. What have you found today?
Today I found a George II copper halfpenny.
That's very cool. Can I just put it in my hand
Sure,
for a
yeah,
second?
yeah.
It's such a cool. Oh my goodness me!
Isn't that great? So detailed.
Look at that on the screen. How well it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it's 1743.
Yes. I think. Yep.
Yeah.
1743. Well, that is a fab
Nice
find.
one,
I haven't
eh?
seen a nice one like that for ages.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
I'd better move to the side. But all right. Well, thank you, and
Thank
I'll
you.
put your stuff up on the screen. And this concludes our segment with other people.
Sure.
Thanks,
to talk to
Joanna.
you.
You too. All right, who have we got here? Joseph Brooke and Sons. Love this. Bit broken, but there we go. Glazed brick. Another broken brick, this time with a cross here in the middle of the frog. I'm not sure what this is. I'm taking this home anyway. There we go. I'll find out and then info up on the screen. Okay, here it is. It's a bee. There we go, that's sweet. So, to give the backstory to this, I saw this poking up out of the ground, this little bit here. I went to get my camera to film it. Couldn't find it when I came back. And lovely Giovanni and Tommy, who were down there, just came and searched all this area with me to find it. They couldn't see it, I couldn't see it. They went, just now it's popped up out of the ground, so there we go. Alright guys, I've had some nice bits today. I had an absolute fit because I couldn't find this. I saw it and then lost it and then found it again. But there you go, a little pendant, or maybe it is from a uniform or something. So there's that. Nice little bit of engine turned 18th century stoneware. Clay pipe. Victorial clay pipe that's broken sadly, but I saw my friend Monica, she tells me that is a man bowling, and these are 10-pin bowls or 9-pin bowls. That's pretty cool. And some other little bits and pieces, interesting bits of pottery in there, some nice slipware here, and a little button. So not bad.